everybody. Welcome back to The New Nasty Boys. I'm your co-host this morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you decide to watch or listen to Sing Billy DeVore. And sitting next to me is... whoever. Fucking pick one.
Jake Paulson.
I'm Jake. No, I'm Chris.
No, Chris.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm
Say
Jake.
his name.
I'm Jake. You're Billy, and this is Chris. Welcome to The New Nasty Boys, presented by Cincy Light. Cincy Light. The spirit of Cincinnati. Cincy Light is a refreshing, crisp lager brewed in partnership with Cincy Reigns, benefiting student athletes. This easy drinking classic is the perfect way to celebrate the Queen City, raise a toast to triumph that the black and red shall reign. Cincy Light beer is available year-round in 12 packs, 24 packs, and on draft. So, go pick it up. They're the presenting sponsor. I had a few on Friday. I had a few on Saturday. And I have not had a few yet today. Maybe when I'm editing this, I'll crack one open as a little nightcap.
Ooh, a little treat for yourself, huh?
Yeah, I've earned it.
A little daddy snack. That's all it is.
Cincy Light, the official daddy snack of Cincinnati. That's, you know what? We're going to pitch that to them. I think they'll get on
The
board.
snack daddy. The six-pack snack daddy.
Snack daddy. And then what would you call there's the snack daddy, then the 12 packs, two daddies?
Big Daddy? No.
Stepdaddy.
24.
It's the stepdaddy.
The stepdaddy
That's for
is
sure.
12, and then the 24 pack is the big daddy.
There we
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
Yeah.
Stepdaddy. I'm picking up the slack from the real daddy.
He's just in the corner. I should have been your dad. So they'll love that.
We'll see.
They wanted unique marketing. They're getting it.
Yeah.
How are you guys? How was your weekends?
Delightful.
Yeah, what did you? I knew you Saturday you watched college basketball.
Oh, it was so much fun. The Tennessee buzzer beater was a great game.
Yeah.
Great game to watch. And it rolled right into the Blue Jackets game
Oh, there
at
you go.
Ohio Stadium.
And that was okay. Did you feel like you missed anything not going to that? Because it seemed like everyone was very far away from the ice.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I missed was an amazing 21 Pilots performance. But outside of that, I feel like you needed binoculars to see the game.
Yeah, I saw a couple people's stories on Instagram. They're like, "So happy I'm here," and I was like, "How do I zoom in to see what?"
Where was it at?
Ohio Stadium in Columbus.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
The
Where
shoe. Yeah.
Yeah, where the shoe, where the Buckeyes play.
Yep.
Oh, good. Fun. Good for them. All right.
Like
It took me a second.
90,000
I was like,
people.
oh, we're talking about hockey. All right.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, hold on a sec. There's no way a basketball team's on ice right now. If
Actually,
so, I'd watch. I'd for sure watch.
you know,
yeah.
both local teams are about to be on ice. I'll tell you that.
Yikes.
Yep. Got him. Oh. But drink Cincy Light. Shit. Okay, lock it back in. And then Friday, you ended up at Mary's.
Everyone's favorite dive bar.
If you know about this place.
I don't know about Mary's.
We're going to go to Mary's. We're going to set up and just do a live podcast and not tell them. And it's every
They
10
won't
minutes.
mind. Yeah.
They won't mind.
They might not even notice.
Or people coming back, what the fuck are you doing over there?
Oh, like a nice little dive bar situation?
Oh, yeah.
Brother, it's a dive bar attached to a driving range.
Ooh.
It's a good time.
It's a great time.
Can I bring my catalytic converter? That's what it sounds like. It sounds like a spike can really offload some sheet metal.
You're not wrong.
Oh, yeah. They strip copper in the back.
Exactly. We'll take you to the back.
This is where we have our still, where we make the copper. It's like, hold on, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, and then you went to Mary's, had a great, unintentionally great time.
It was a surprise drunk. Meant to come join you for some amazing looking ribs.
It's true, they were so good.
Yeah. And instead, just ordered Jet's Pizza while drinking Ronas later in the night. So nearly the same.
And now I work at Mary's. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
They gave me a W-2. I'm like, you got me, partner.
Actually, I need a $9.99. I'm an independent employee. I'm an independent contractor. It's just different taxing. So that's nice. What did you do today?
I went and got brunch at Buck's in New Richmond with Clark.
Oh, I've never heard of it.
Mm-hmm. It was delicious.
Okay.
Got some biscuits and gravy.
Okay.
Yeah, it was tasty. Had a maple bourbon drink. I forget what
I
they
think you
call
said
it.
like pancake or something. I got hammered.
Yeah,
I went
yeah.
to brunch, had whiskey.
It was glazed on the pancake.
Nothing like a
This is
noon
great.
bourbon.
And I filled out another application. I'm working there in Mary's. Moonlighting.
Well, that sounds like a spectacular.
Yeah, it was great. And then watch the Reds game.
Oh, see, what a great weekend!
Exactly.
That was fantastic.
A lot of sports.
A lot of sports. You were locked in.
Yeah.
With a nice variety. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Chris, how was your weekend?
I worked at Mary's. No, I went to last night. I went to the Comet. One of our buddies, friend of the pod, Wayne Memmott, made an album. Did a recording there. It was awesome.
Killed it.
Yeah, he did a great job. Can't wait to watch and listen to that when that comes out. And then I just got back. We're recording a little bit later. I was just at the Woodward Theater with John Caparello. But yeah, so that was fun. Just doing some comedy stuff and just farting around, listening to the Reds. I still need to get the FanDuel account.
You don't have to do that yet. You don't have to do that till opening day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Save your $20. It's just spring training.
Yeah.
Okay.
There might be someone sitting at this bar in the studio who could let you use an MLB.TV login because they don't count screens.
Yeah? Okay, cool.
So, yeah, I will give you that after this.
All right, thanks. Let me know who that is.
Okay, yeah. I think it's Bunsen.
Yeah.
It's the chinchilla.
Yeah, it's the chinchilla upstairs. You guys, we'll get you familiar with all the pets.
Yeah, I think we've done a pretty good job over the past couple years.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's a missed opportunity if John Caparillo doesn't go by John Caparillo, the king of Gabagool.
Oh, yeah, dude. He looks like he smells like Gabagool. He really does.
Did you get a whiff tonight?
I did, but he actually smelled like shampoo. It was pretty cool. He just probably got out of the shower. It was nice.
He had a nice glisten to him.
Yeah, he did. He looked like a roast pig. He looked like he got like one of those brushes we just glaze them and stuff.
Oh, I know a lot about a glazing brush, brother.
Is that cumin? Well, that's a little bit out of the ordinary.
It's maple bacon.
Yeah, come on, man.
Come on, dude.
We're in the fall season. What are you doing?
I gotta get out of here. I gotta clock at Mary's. I gotta go.
But he was cool. All the people that showed up were awesome. Thanks to everyone that came out. And the Woodward, they just rule. And also the similar staff to Motor Pub. If you're ever in Cincinnati, you need to go check out a show.
Yeah, they've got Of Montreal's coming soon.
Nice.
Okay.
It's the 20th anniversary tour of Skeletal Lamping. So that's one of Of Montreal is one of Alicia's favorite bands, and that's one of her favorite albums. And they're gonna play it in full, and I am gonna burp. So, yeah, go to that. They also just had Kim Deal from the Pixies.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she was the real deal.
Hey.
Yeah. You're welcome. But they've got Josh Randor coming. Randor. The guy, Ted Mosby from How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow,
good.
neat.
Okay, fine. Sure. Oh, fuck. That's so funny. Cool. That sounds like you guys had great weekends.
What did you do?
Dude, phew, buddy. Friday, it was beautiful. So I lit up the meat beacon. And got the egg rolling.
Man, that sounds like a euphemism. I don't want to explore. Lit up the meat beacon.
Yeah, well, you'll definitely need your glazing brush when you check out the meat beacon.
I'm definitely wearing my gloves for that one.
Double up.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm wearing my oven mitts.
And
Glazing
oral,
your meat beacon.
oral dental dam too.
Oh, yeah.
Can't be too safe, Yeah, it's going around. But I lit it up. I put on, I smoked chicken drumsticks. And then I also smoked beef ribs at the same time. So it's pretty cool. Bottom rack, chicken. Top rack, beef ribs. So what happened is while the beef ribs are sweating, they're sweating all over those chicken drumsticks, getting that extra little fatty on there where it's just two different species, two different meat groups. It sounds naughty, but it's delightful.
Like, should we be doing this right now?
Ooh.
No one's watching. We're in this egg all alone. That's awesome.
And I'll tell you what, it tasted excellent.
Oh, my God. I'm going to leave right now.
Oh, I gotta go. Oh God, I don't want to fall. I'm gonna fall. But then I pulled the chicken, the chicken, and then I put it in my air fryer to crispen the skin, buddy. awesome. Oh, it was so good. It was great. And then had some beers, watched some TV. We watched the Cavs come back and beat the Celtics.
Yeah, that was an incredible comeback.
It was an awesome comeback. We watched the fourth quarter because the first 3 quarters we had to watch RuPaul's Drag Race. Mm-hmm. And Alicia called it. Her queen won the week.
Yeah.
And I've never seen her that excited. Just screaming, fist pumping in the air. Because she's in a RuPaul Drag Race Fantasy League.
I was going to say, there has to be like a fan duel for like that now, right? Like some sort of situation. You have to be able to bet on that.
I'm not going to make that joke. Not doing it.
Okay.
Sorry, I just had to say that I'm not going to do it.
We're evolving.
We're evolving.
Yes.
We're becoming better people. Mm-hmm. Got it out. Okay. I said it in my head, and I laughed for that like quarter second.
I could hear it, actually.
Yeah, you were locked in. Yeah. You're like, I know what Bill's going for there. But she like bumped her up in the standings. So she's like, it's like with her and like 30 other people, and you like pick at the beginning of the year who's going to win, and then you pick like each week like who's going to finish tops, and who's going to be sent home. And she cleared all 3 categories.
I'm glad you avoided saying tops and bottoms.
I'm growing
Exactly.
as a person and trying to be better. Then Saturday was yesterday. What did I do yesterday? Besides, I went to saw Wayne. Wayne did great. I know I did something before that.
The movie.
I went and saw Lenora. Very good movie. Excellent movie. Highly recommend it. Nora, then I went home, took a nap, and then we went to Mad Tree for Casey's birthday. And one of her friends has this tiny little kid who's like, I think 3. I was the target that evening. She just came up, just started punching me in the gut. Just drilling me.
It's a tempting target.
It is. I get it.
Yeah.
But I was like, thanks for tightening my core.
It does look like an interactive thing. I totally understand why a child like, oh, I should hit this, right? Coins will fall out. Stop dropping gabagool.
Yeah, we get it. Every villain and every platformer, the main villain's a fucking fat guy. Bowser, Eggman, me at Mad Tree. But then we went and saw Wayne. And it was great. And then today, had brunch with my mom and dad. And then we moved this piano from out of the house, took a Sawzall to it. My dad was all about it, just creating sawdust, scaring my dog. It was a great time.
That is rad.
And we got it out. My dad rode the back of it down the hill, just snowboarding on no snow down the hill. Like, look how much fun I'm having.
Like a dad jackass situation.
Oh, yeah, totally. 100% a Jack Dad situation.
My name's Billy DeVore Sr., and I'm a dad. This is dad ass.
How did Preston get here?
He's over there eating bananas. Full of bananas.
It's Alicia, then just shooting him with a paintball gun.
Wee Man jumps out of the piano.
So these are the minor notes.
Minor notes, minor.
Yeah.
So yeah, and now we're here. I watched the Reds too, and watched FC Cincinnati in passing on Saturday. Watched them lose 4-1, but that's how it goes sometimes. New team needs to gel, and the defense was not as good as it was. I feel a burp coming on again. There we go.
You got out, brother.
I did. It was very weak. Very, very weak. So yeah, that was our weekend. It was pretty great. I guess we should launch into it. There's a petition on Rob Manfred's desk to allow Pete Rose back into baseball. And it was submitted on January 8th. And it is in the process of, is it or won't it get approved? What do you guys think?
I mean, I would love to see a Pete Rose plaque in Cooperstown one day, but I feel like this is just the first hurdle in a long series of hurdles that'll need to be passed to get him in. Because it's still up to the hall, even if Manfred does like lift the ban on Pete, then it's up to the hall's consideration to put him on the ballot. And what ballot does he get put on, like the standard one or the Veterans Committee? But But it's nice that there's dialogue going on to get Pete where he belongs.
I agree. He should be there for the stuff that he did on the field. I get it.
There's a lot of assholes in the Hall of Fame.
There's a lot of assholes, but aren't. I don't know of any other guys who are in the Baseball Hall of Fame who traveled with a 14, 15, and 16-year-old girl across state lines.
Well, yeah, but they were just better at hiding it.
Yeah, they didn't have social media.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
I don't think Pete did either. But.
Weird thing, Pete was the first guy to tweet, in 1955, before anybody. So he had it. But yeah, like 14-year-old girl now is just sitting next to Pete on a plane, just like, look who I'm with, not Grandpa. So you're right with the hurdles. Chris, like, what do you think?
No comment. No.
Smart.
Yeah. We want to keep this thing together.
Exactly. No, obviously, like the numbers that he provides, as well as just like the enthusiasm that he had for the game, is something that's undeniable. It just feels like if you're talking, he had a lot of static between him and the people that are in charge of letting him in. Mm-hmm. Do I think he's going to be in? I think eventually he will be, but I still think it might take a while.
Okay, I agree with you, because the biggest problem with Pete Rose getting into the Hall of Fame was Pete Rose himself.
Correct.
Right. Everyone knows that when it was Hall of Fame weekend in Cooperstown, guess who was down the street signing jerseys and baseballs and everything, like, you should be in the hall, and profiting off of him not being there for the mistakes that he made off the field. And that's a big so if you're a part of Cooperstown and you're a part of the committee that dealt with that for 30 plus years, you think you're going to want to play nice posthumously?
No, you're not going to be like, oh, who should we let in? All that dickhead that used to sell merch outside of our stores like every year? No, that guy, he was an ass to people. So, but that's the thing that they're combating. That's what they're dealing with. The numbers versus the person, essentially.
Sure. I think it's going to take another generation.
Well, if it's up to the Veterans Committee, I could see him getting voted in by the players, by his colleagues.
I agree.
But if he's on the standard ballot and it's the writers choosing, it won't be first ballot. I guarantee that.
Yeah, because what were you saying about the rules and how it would go? Since he was banned from the game, it would basically take him back to square one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it could be like, even if Manfred lifts the ban, it's still up to the Hall of Fame to put him on the ballot.
Yeah.
And how that would look, like if he would go straight to the Veterans Committee, or if he gets put on the standard ballot. So yeah, I mean, we'll hear a lot more about it coming up, but I think it's pretty dubious if Manfred like even allows the ban to be lifted in the first place.
Yeah, it is pretty dubious. If you've watched the documentary about Pete Rose that came out on Max, and they show Pete going back to Philly, and that was the instance where he called the reporter babe, and then cursed in the booth on live TV, and then watching those writers deal with that, combined with how he was with writers over those years and the media. I don't know if you could even call it an uphill battle.
Yeah.
I think you're just walking into a wall.
I would have to agree.
And an additional thing, too, is something else to consider is, like, what happens after Pete Rose gets let in? Because that could open up another conversation of, like, okay, this person has numbers, but they have X, Y, and Z going against them as far as, like, a personality thing. Because ultimately, you do want to have, in an ideal situation like this hall, to be a pristine spot where just the most unblemished, greatest players exist. But Pete Rose, he's a mixed bag.
Well, that's not... I don't know if it's pristine and unblemished. I mean, there's guys who were suspected of steroid use that are in there. I mean, one of my favorite players growing up, Pudge Rodriguez.
Yeah. But it's ideally...
Piazza's in there.
Yeah.
There are guys. David Ortiz, supposedly.
Yeah.
Is Ty Cobb in there? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Thomas
that's
Wagner, famed racist.
yeah.
Who like murdered a black guy in an alley? Or was that Ty Cobb?
Ty Cobb.
Probably both.
Ty
Probably both,
Cobb beat up a black person in the stands. I'm pretty sure during a baseball game. Because he said, no. It was. I'm sorry. Excuse me. It was not a black person. It was a handicapped person that he beat up in the stands. Because he called him a certain. Well, you know what? We'll have to go to the Patreon to explain why. But yeah, Ty Cobb is definitely for sure tainted it. But I think like the ideal thing they want to have is just like this unblemished sort of thing for the Hall of Fame. Of course, it isn't. But the thing is, Pete Rose pissed off continuously the people that control who gets let in.
Right. And when you said the veterans 100% getting in, you don't hear anyone now, like even Terry talking about like Pete Rose, ultimate professional, best teammate ever had.
Yeah.
Mike Schmidt, best teammate ever had. Like everyone down the line was like Pete was a great manager, Pete was a great teammate, Pete was a great friend. So he would just like get in almost unanimous.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's what Bonds and Clemens are going to have to wait for because they have this similar problem. I mean, they were shitheads to the media for their entire careers. And then you see steroids players with, significantly less stats getting a much higher percentage of the vote while Bonds and Clemens are just like hanging on because they were dickheads. And the writers remember.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's up to them.
And you also see Roger being more friendly to modern media. He's
Yeah.
doing a lot more podcasts, pops in on MLB Network. Doesn't deal with like the institutional media folks,
Yeah.
which that he pissed off for years.
Bonds is starting to get back in there. Sosa's finally back with the Cubs doing stuff.
Dude,
so.
how cool is it to see him in the dugout and then like every prospect just like fix my swing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's just like, do this and don't sneeze.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm with you. I think it's going to be a long uphill battle. I don't think this is something that's going to be resolved. I don't even think in the next 2 years.
No.
So no matter how like you feel about the human, there's just so much that's going to happen and fall into place for this to go on. So we'll see, man.
Yeah.
It's just something to follow. And with Pete being, one of the greatest Reds of all time on the field, it'll be interesting to watch and follow.
Yeah, I feel confident we'll be talking about it again eventually.
Yeah, hopefully not sooner.
Yeah, we got other stuff to cover.
We have so much to talk about, including a Rockies reliever. Dude, I don't care. I don't give a fuck. This guy is so fun. Man, Jeffrey Yan, I don't know if you guys have seen him. Guy goes ham after a strikeout.
Yeah, big celebration. If you haven't seen it, you'll see a YouTube video attached to this. But dude, essentially after he strikes out, he jumps up in the air and does almost like a karate move, where then all of a sudden he does like, and I love it.
It's Cobra Yan, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, and he's just doing like the hip gyration, then the leg goes down and flies out. He's just like a more flexible, less bloated Elvis.
I can see that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I love it, but I do wonder if it's going to piss off a lot of opposing hitters.
It for sure is going to piss off opposing hitters. But here's the thing. He's on the Rockies.
Yeah, they almost need to be doing that.
Yeah. You want to like motivate a little bit so you can definitely have the worst record in baseball.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's a guy who's floated around a bunch of different organizations. He's 27.
Yeah, 28, I believe.
28, and he had a killer year in the Dominican. He had like a 1.71 ERA, and so teams were clamoring to sign him after watching him just murder it in winter ball. And his number one destination was the Rockies. So I don't understand this man. He seems like a true wild man,
Yeah.
but this is sure as hell fun to watch.
I am sure he knew that he could absolutely get away with this on the Rockies.
Yeah, this wouldn't fly like really too many places else.
See him doing that on the Yankees. Like they only just allowed facial hair.
I was
They're
going to
not
say,
allowed.
cut that beard. No, dude. I think it provides like it's mostly more of like an entertainment value that the Colorado Rockies need to have, and this guy does provide it because it is a very entertaining celebration.
Yeah.
If I'm like a pitching coach, I'd be very hesitant to allow that to happen. But it's just like, yeah, no one's here. It doesn't matter. It's fine. It's okay.
It's all right.
It looks like he's gonna blow a hamstring out like doing it.
Yeah, that's fine. And then the Rockies don't care, so they'll just pay him to be on the IL with a blown hammy from doing the twist.
Which is just like the rest of their team.
Yeah, like Chris Bryant. Yeah, it's so funny that he came out and said, like, I wish I would have done more research. I'm like, what do you mean should have done more research? You signed it. You went to fucking Colorado.
Yeah.
You have played against them a lot.
I didn't know that they're this bad. Dude, just enjoy that you live in Colorado. It's a cool spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, just get in your what is it, hydrogen chamber or whatever that thing. What are those things called? The crypto chamber? Not a crypto chamber.
Crypto chamber.
Oh, that's how, you just invented something. Get in the crypto chamber. Just like I'm a billionaire.
Shower me with XRP. Good Lord.
Cryo
Like the
chamber?
plunge.
Thank you, a cryo chamber. Yes. I was close
You
with
were
crypto.
pretty close. I mean, crypto chamber sounds way more fun.
Oh my God. It's just like the guy with the blonde hair and the sunglasses who's like the meme for all those crypto dudes just pointing at me like, you fucking rock, dude.
You rule, man.
You're cool, dude. You want to chill out?
You need the NFTs? I got a view. 010101.
So yeah, that's one reason to watch the Rockies. We did put a shirt on in the clutch where it's him mid jump and it says air yawn.
Oh, that's very good.
Yeah, pretty good. I was like, yeah, we don't have any more Rockies players in our section, so who should we do?
This is who we're working with.
I was like, well, he made it to MLB's main social media page. Got 20 minutes. Well, let's whip this up. So we sure did. There's something in my throat.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. I think the people who are listening with their headphones and were like, God damn it.
At least it wasn't a burp.
Oh, man.
I'm a symphony today. I really am. I got the horns going. I got the percussion.
Wheezing back and forth, the lungs, dueling harmonicas.
Yeah, to quote you, the dueling harmonicas. Yeah. Oh my God, you've been killing me the past 2 months. I did the courtesy flush bit. Just because I live that every day. Oh, dude, I had it happen today. Well, not pee, but it was the other thing. And I was in our bathroom and I came out and I had the door open and Alicia just rolled the piano up and she went, "Did someone die in you and then die again?" And I was like, "I love you. I'll shut the door."
Yeah, sorry.
And then she walked across the room. She's by the windows, about 10, 15 feet away, just going like, "Did you turn on the fan?" I'm like, "Okay."
She's playing like the Jaws theme song as she's walking by.
With the violently out of tune piano. It just hurts to hear it.
As your dad's riding on top of it. Oh, that sounds like a Devore crap right there.
Right there, I'll tell you what. Hell yeah. That's making the walls bubble. Oh, boy. Oh, okay. See, I've cleared the throat. We're ready for this. We're ready to roll. Why did I just pause? I'm sweating now.
You got too much coconut water in you.
Yeah, I'm overhydrating, actually. Who reigned this week for the Cincinnati Reds? Look, you could say it was Matt McClain just murdering the baseball. You could say it was Austin Hayes who hit 2 homers in one game this week. But we're going with, a drum roll, please, Christian Encarnacion Strand.
Yeah, baby.
Guy had 2 homers this week. This is someone that we were very concerned about going into the season. How's he going to come back from being out for most of the year with a hamate injury to his hand? Is he going to be able to turn on a fastball? And he's been turning on fastballs. On Saturday, or was it Friday?
Yesterday.
It was
Saturday.
Yeah. Saturday, 111.6 miles per hour deep into right center field. Looking like he's locked back in.
Yeah, man, that was coming off a high heater, right? I think it was up in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he turned on that. That is something. I'm so stoked to get to watch CES have this comeback year, a statement year, and the fact that he's off to a really good spring, that is something that really gets my juices going.
I mean, they didn't go out and sign a big bat because they went, this guy's going to turn it around. He's going to hit 30 homers. Look, we know we're like 2 weeks into spring training and we're not supposed to get all gassed up like this, but I'm already gassed up like this.
It's hard not to watching him swing the bat. I mean, he's looking like a real slugger out there.
Yeah, I know he's batting 250 on the spring, but if you have 2
Whatever.
homers, who cares?
He can bat 250 all fucking year.
Yeah, that'd be a plus.
Yeah.
He's contributing by hitting bombs.
Yeah.
And that first bomb he hit was like, is that a lazy flying to left center?
And it just carried.
It just kept going. And then bloop, just dropped right into somebody's picnic basket.
Yeah.
in the outfield, right on top of their blanket where they're laying out, Like, they're banking on this. How incredible is it to see, they potentially didn't need to go out and sign Teoscar Hernandez because we had CES at home.
Yeah. I mean, betting on the homegrown talent, and it's paying off.
Yeah, already.
Yeah.
Well, he's also not been a liability in the field. He's made a couple good stabs at first, a couple good stabs at third. It seems like he's versatile. You can put him first, third, DH. Where do you think he's going to spend most of his time this season?
Early in the year, unfortunately, it seems like he'll be locked in at first, since DH might have to be Spencer.
Possibly.
Yeah. But the versatility is going to be huge all year. There's so many moving parts, and he's looked fine at third base.
Yeah.
And whatever, we just need to get that bat in the lineup. So I bet he'll have 300 plus at bats at first base.
Okay. That's a healthy number.
Yeah. If he's hitting like this, I mean, Candelario at third, he's probably the best option there at this point. Espinal can cover on his off days. Mm-hmm. Lux, every now and then. I mean, it'll be nice. Whatever they have to do to get him in the lineup.
You force him in.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem like it's going to be what we thought would potentially happen, which is square peg, round hole.
Yeah.
And be like, we're just going to be losing out defensively, and he's just his bat's going to carry it so much. No, it's going to be he could be an average glove.
Yeah, looks like he can pick it over there. So
yeah. What say you?
I mean, everything you said right there, I completely agree with. But I think a lot of this is going to be dictated upon Spencer Steer, because they aren't going to want to, especially they're so gun shy off of last year, having the amount of critical injuries that they had. And you need to keep Spencer Steer's bat in that lineup. So I feel like he's going to be taking a lot of the DH spots, at least initially early on in the year. So CES is going to have to be the first baseman or third baseman to figure out how to be the corner infielder. So I do think he's going to be at first base a lot and rotating DH probably with Spencer Steer. So I'm really stoked to see him have this culminating thing to be able to be the guy that can hit 30 home runs for the Reds.
Yeah, and then have him locked in still pre-arb, and then have him 4 years to come at a very affordable rate, which is why you tore it down in 22 and you didn't move him in 23 or 24.
Yeah, and if you were trying to, just a few weeks ago, we are trying to talk about having who we're going to sign to get the 30-plus home runs. And this is a guy that we had in our back pocket. It was just this big question mark about whether or not there's going to be, a return on dividends for it.
Speaking of return on dividends, and then what I was just talking about with money, did you guys see what Gordon Whitmire wrote this week?
About the extensions?
I didn't catch that. About how the Reds, why were they not even in the running for Alex Bregman? That never even got onto my radar.
Yeah.
Or didn't really. He fit a profile that the Reds already have a bunch of.
Yeah, I mean he's the best option of all the all of the third base options that we would have had, but I really think that they are trying to keep the checkbook open for the trade deadline.
I do too.
Let's see what these kids can do. We'll have a better idea of how to dress the team's needs in August.
Yes.
So why go out and sign Bregman? I mean, I wouldn't want to sign him to the contract that the Red Sox gave him.
No, I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
I think it's stupid.
Yeah.
And also when you bring up the trade deadline too, and then you still have that window afterwards, the DFA window.
Yeah.
Where teams are trying to cut salary to cut bait towards the end of the season, and you can scoop up there. So there's plenty of opportunities for this team to get better. So I feel like it's a little bit of a rush, kind of just look they should have done it. Just to grab you.
He would have made the team better. There's no question there. But
No,
at what cost? I mean, that's a lot of money long term, and this is a team that has a lot of extension candidates.
Yeah, it was a short-term thing to make it better, but long-term, it's not the right decision.
That's the wrong guy to pay $40 million a year.
Yeah.
Even if he mashed and then opted out at the end of the year, that's still $40 million that you could have spread around other places.
I mean, do they have $40 million that they could have given him?
No.
Yeah, I don't see his fit on the roster.
Yeah.
It was a stretch when we were talking about Pete. And he got, 33?
$54 million?
A year?
For two?
For two, yeah. So per season, the AAV was 20?
1-ish.
Okay.
Yeah, 21.
You can fit that in. $40 million
No.
is a lot.
Well,
It's a different situation.
Well, 21 you could have fit in considering after the Luis Robert trade didn't go through, and you basically spent that money that was slotted for if Luis came on.
And probably not even all of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because you probably have more room as well. Mm-hmm. So, one guy we did not mention in all of this, Novi Marte. 7 Ks and 15 ABs.
It's not much to mention.
There is to mention, but not positive. It's not looking good.
No.
He had 3 throwing errors at third base this week as well. Gordon also wrote about this, which Freddie Benavides grabbed Derek Johnson and was like, "Hey man, can you set up the roto cam so we can watch how Novi's throwing?" Supposedly it's something with his thumb, and he's all better now.
Yeah.
He gets to boo boo go bye bye. He's all better now. So if they fix that throwing error issue, that still doesn't fix that he's lost at the plate.
Yeah. At this point, he seems destined to start the year in the minors. He's been spending most of his time working with the young players in camp so far.
Right.
So I think that they were already sort of anticipating getting him some ABs in the minors, get the confidence up, because I bet he can go down there and rake. And he's got some stuff, he's got some kinks to work out. So, and it's nice that all of the other options for third base have been hitting. So there's no pressure.
Yeah.
He can go down there and get back to being the top prospect that he was just a few years ago.
Yeah, you think it's all a head thing combined with missing 81 games and then being thrown right back into the fire while at a super young age?
He seems like a confident guy. I think that's a lot of development time to miss for a young player. That's 80 games of not being able to even be with the team.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's just a development thing. He's still a kid. He's got plenty of time to turn into the prospect that we gave up Luis for.
Yeah.
It's not there right now.
There's some stuff in between the ears, at least from last year, I feel, because it seemed like a lot of his errors came upon when there was a little too much time for him to think at third, where there was this like, okay, I'm gonna double pump this, and then that would happen, and then he just like airmail something. Whereas like, oh my god, it was like a quick hit. He makes a great play, no time to think about, just all reactionary.
Yeah.
So I do think there's a lot of developmental stuff, and I haven't been able to really like go into depth with seeing like how he's doing in spring training. But it did seem as though last year was also like something in between the ears of him just like having too much time to to think and not just really trust himself.
There was a lot of pressure on him too when when he came up, because we were just decimated by injuries, and like he was our top prospect, and like so
Be this person right now.
Yeah, I'm sure there was a lot of pressure that he put upon himself to be like, I have to make every play, like I gotta help carry this team. They were still in the playoff hunt, and they were still trying to win ball games, and it wasn't just he couldn't just come up and have fun.
Yeah, and he's so smooth when he's right. Like it looks so great when he's able to turn on a ball, or just when he's making a nice play in the field. But I do think he's destined to start off in AAA this year and allow him to get that developmental time that he really, really needed.
That was my next question. Is it AA or AAA?
Well, I mean, I bet if you put him at AA, I bet he rakes. So that's kind of tempting. But
Right. Put him there for like 2 weeks.
I'm sure a lot of it depends on the staff too. Like, who do you want working with him? Like, what do you want to focus on?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I bet he would end up at AAA. He could still mash at AAA probably.
Yeah, and have Pat Kelly in his ear. Be like,
Which
come
would
on,
be
buddy.
Great.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about a professional. Like,
Yeah.
it'd be great to have him working with Pat.
It's just, I'm also just so glad he hasn't gone anywhere else, because Pat's such a G.
Yeah.
He's great, man.
It's tough seeing him pop up in all of the managerial searches and stuff. Like,
Oh, you shut the fuck up.
yeah, stay away.
Stay away from my mans. Get your dirty, grimy paws off, Patrick. Oh, man. So, yeah, okay, that makes sense. And you have so many other options. And I think we talked about where Lux has 2 options left as well.
I mean, I'm betting he's on the team.
He's on the team,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, but it's nice that that we have the options. There's only 2 players that are out of options: Santillan and Stuart Fairchild.
Okay. Oh,
I mean, I wouldn't cry about losing either. I like both players.
Yes.
Stu's fun, and I've been rooting for Tony for years now.
same.
But the bullpen is starting to look like a strength, and there just might not be room for Tony there.
Okay, so okay, we'll hop here real quick, just because you brought it up. And there's 8 guys in the bullpen. 7 spots have already been spoken for. Okay, so you got Suter, Maul, Rogers, Diaz, Pagan, Santillan, Barlow. I mean, I think Santillan's a lock.
Yeah, I'd like to think so. I want him on the team.
I do too.
And he has pitched very well. Like, there's no reason he shouldn't be in the bullpen at this point.
Right, and another person who's pitched really well so far this spring coming back is Eat Tane.
Yeah.
Ian Jabot, dude.
And he's on a minor league deal, so there's no worries there.
So you can slide him into AAA,
Yeah.
say someone gets hurt.
If he wants to, yeah.
We'll get to bullpen construction a little bit. I don't want to just getting all
It's what
horned
the
up.
people want. Talk about the bullpen construction.
That's right. They don't want to hear about this next topic and have this thing be a clean, flowing fucking episode where I was like, we're talking offense, fielders, and then we're going to go starting pitching, bullpen, where I was just had it all laid out, but now I'm getting all gassed up. I'm ready to hop around. Call me a utility player because you can put me anywhere, coach. Fuck. One guy that we did touch on
You almost had it.
I was like about to be so smooth. Oh, man. God damn. Oh, okay. Another guy that we did touch on a little bit it's starting to get concerning. Spencer Steer took a cortisone shot. He can't swing for a couple more days. I mean, we saw a little bit of a regression last year. This shoulder injury's been lingering for a year and a half now.
Yeah.
What is going on? When do you shut it down?
I mean, based on what Terry said, that he wants it to be a non-issue. And it seems like they're willing to have him start the year on the IL if it doesn't get cleaned up, and if there's no mobility in it, I don't see why they would force him onto the roster.
I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, Gordon tweeted what Terry said, which was Terry said that it'll take as much time as necessary to get your shoulder right, which could mean opening the season on the IL. We said all along we're going to do what's right for him, which is almost the complete opposite of what David Bell's mentality was when he was here.
Yeah, isn't it great having a Hall of Fame manager?
God, it's great.
Yeah, you think about the application of what David Bell did for CES to start off the season, resulted in
Another lingering problem.
Exactly. So I think they're very, again, gun shy about applying that same sort of protocol for Steer, who's a bat that's going to be very critical to the Reds' success. So I think you're just trying to figure out, like, do we, okay, because according to Steer, it doesn't hurt him when he hits, but do you want to just say, don't have him on the IL, have him just DH to start off with, see how that develops, or do you want to say, start him off on the IL, potentially allow him to regenerate or figure out what's going on in that shoulder to allow him to have more options for playing the field?
I'd rather have him on the IL.
I mean, this is what the whole offseason was about, was improving depth so that we don't have to worry about forcing Steer into the lineup just because we need the bat. It's so much better just have him. There's been several tests, and it seems like there's no structural damage.
Yeah.
So why not just let him get healthy? Let him just shut it down for a week or two, start doing some dry swings, and hopefully it resolves itself pretty quick. Like the cortisone shot should help immediately.
Yes.
So even if he's on the IL for a week or two, just get him back, get him healthy, get him to the point where he's not just locked into the DH spot, because we're going to need roster flexibility. That is what this team is built for.
Yes.
Is for people to be playing all over the field.
Yes,
like
100%.
It's just up the middle. Those are the only guys that are locked in.
Yes.
And everything else is moving parts. So
then you look at your bench, say, okay, so you got Steer on the IL. So your bench is Lux, Trevino, Espinal, and then Rake, Will,
yeah.
and then who else? Because you got 5 bench spots, or am I stupid?
No, it about fills it up.
About
I mean,
fills
it would open a lot of at bats for Lux in left field.
That's true. He hasn't started working out there yet. Do you think that is something that is going to be on the docket this week?
Yeah, probably pretty soon. If Steer doesn't take to the cortisone shot and he still can't throw, then you're going to have to put him out there, because you can't put Espinal out there. He's a great defender in the infield, and I don't think you're putting Candelario. You're definitely not putting Christian out there.
No.
So, and that's what they said that when they acquired him, that Lux would see time in the outfield, and it's only left field. I'm pretty sure he can handle it.
Yeah, you got Lux in left. You have,
and it puts another lefty bat in the lineup, which is nice.
Yeah.
That's always great to play with. So then you got Lux left. You've got Friel in center. Austin Hayes in right.
Yeah.
That is a better outfield than last season.
Yeah,
I would agree.
Yeah, and especially with TJ being healthy. You saw that ball go over his head today. Do you think he's lost a step, or he just lost it?
Well, the Arizona sky is tough to play fly balls in. Like, especially this time of year, it's the same fucking color.
There's been a lot of bad reads.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because I forget who was tweeting it. Probably our friends at Reds at 4 was tweeting about it, and it was just like, I mean, he's lost a little bit of a step, but then it just went over his head. Is this something we should be worried about? I don't know if it was Reds in 4 or this one belongs to the Reds. One of the Reds alternate adjacent Twitter accounts. Was tweeting about it.
I don't think TJ's winning a Gold Glove anytime soon. Like it's also the second week of spring training. I'm not worried yet. I mean, he did absolutely misplay that ball today, but that's one. Yeah, that's one play.
Everybody gets one.
Yeah.
One a week in spring training.
Yeah,
sometimes 5. Who
Yeah.
fucking knows? Yeah, just be fast and average, and then you're doing great.
Yeah.
See, look at that. We cleaned it all up. Infield, outfield, injuries, a nice little bow on it. Because now we get to move to starting pitching. This is how this is supposed to go. Carson, I say Spires, you say Spears. He looked great today.
Yeah.
He's always killed the Cubs. 3 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 3 Ks. That's a guy that's just, again, that's your like 13th starter. You know, guy down in AAA who's 28 that has 19 different pitches and 4 different fastballs they just move. They're not fast, but they move.
Yeah.
So Nick Martinez has also looked great this spring. His last outing against his past team, the Padres, 2 innings pitched, no hits, 1 walk, 3 Ks. But there's one guy I really want to hone in on us that he had a little bit of a rough outing, but there's something underlying there that's pretty nice. Brady Singer, DJ's got him in the lab. Guy's got a cutter now. And that cutter is a 96 stuff plus, thanks to Reds in 4 for that information and his charts. If you don't follow him, definitely check him out and follow those charts if you are dorks like us. You probably are because you're listening to us. But there's a 96 stuff plus. How much of a game changer is it, especially in the small park at Great American, for him to be able to go inside and throw a cutter?
It's going to be great. I mean, he already has a nice ground ball profile. Throw a cutter in there. I mean, just keep it on the ground. You're going to have pretty good defense behind you. Better than last year.
Yep.
I mean, I'm sure that's what they probably had a plan before they even acquired him, of just looking at his profile, and they're like, we want this guy, and we know how to make him fit in our ballpark, in our rotation.
In our system.
Yeah.
Do you think that Krall was just in his office and he leaned back and went, "Hey, DJ, think we can get him to throw a cutter?" Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, let me make a call.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be shocked if that's not exactly how it went.
Yeah. Chris, does that get you all horned up that he's got a cutter?
Dude, it really does. Man, I think, cutters are such an effective pitch now. And also, too, again, with Great American Ballpark, you got to figure out ways to, take away from power hits.
Yes.
And cutters really do tend to take away from the long ball a lot more if you can effectively layer that into your pitching arsenal. So I think this is a great step for Brady Singer, an awesome thing for the Reds here. So yeah, I am horned up for that.
And it is if you don't have an elite out pitch, have a lot of pitches.
Yeah.
And you look at it: sinker, slider, cutter, changeup, curveball, sweeper, 4-seam. The 4-seam is in there. Are we going to see it during the regular season? Who knows? But at the same time, when you have that type of depth to your arsenal and you're floating around average stuff plus, that'll get you places.
With a catcher like Jose Trevino. That's going to make a cutter even better.
Oh, gosh. The way he's going to frame.
Yeah. Yeah.
Platinum Glover back there, no big deal.
Yeah.
And then working with Tyler, just being like, dude, check this out. You ready? Watch me sweep it. Okay.
All right.
See? There we go. Jake, is there anyone that you've tracked this past week, young, exciting arm, that might have changed your mind or gotten you excited, or someone that you might have fallen the wagon off of?
I have only heard good things about Sal Stewart so far. And he...
Oh, well, I mean, he's raking.
Yeah.
I meant pitching, but yeah, that's fine.
I know you meant pitching.
Yeah, we can talk about Mini Machado.
My 2 guys from last week are...
They're not great.
They're Maxwell, and they just can't throw strikes. And we haven't seen Burns yet. I'm dying to see him.
Yeah. Oh, who was that guy that he's come in? He came in for Lodolo this week, and he came in today, and he's like from Single.
Oh,
A.
Simon. What the fuck?
Yeah.
But yeah, he's more of an exciting bullpen prospect, but
Right.
lower minors, it'll be a year or 2.
Because he was in High A last year, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like 20. He's like 19, 20.
I'm dying to know what the development plan for Burns is, because he's already got the fastball and the slider that tunnels perfectly. That's major league ready.
Yeah.
I mean, that could, he's good there. You can tweak the curveball a little, but it's still already a plus pitch. It just needs to, you could tweak it, tunnel it a little better.
Yeah.
Because it's in a bit of a lower arm slot than the slider, to the point where professional hitters are going to notice. But But as far as a fourth pitch goes, he had a changeup going last year for Wake Forest, but they scrapped it because it just wasn't doing anything, and they were like in the college playoffs. But it's like, are they going to try a cutter? Are they going to go back to the changeup? Are they going to develop a splitter, which they love to do?
Yeah.
And I think a splitter would really open up his arsenal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I want to see it. I want to know.
What's the holdup? Come on, throw him out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great, man. Hunter Green, man, he learned a splitter last year, essentially.
And look what
It
it
really
did.
changed things. It
Yeah.
really made his fastball way more effective. And if his slider's already tunneling properly, that'd be devastating.
It is. It's beautiful. It really is. It's probably the best pitch, like in our minor system. Like, because you've Chase Petty's gyro sweeper is filthy too.
Yeah.
But like, just the way, like, it's impossible to pick up that slider with the fastball. Nice. And the fastball isn't perfect. He has a really high arm slot, so he has problems like getting it up in the zone with consistency. But the slider's so devastating that it really hasn't mattered yet.
Right.
Do you think? But a splitter, I mean,
oh yeah,
give him a splitter.
Hey, Frankie taught us this all last year.
Yeah.
So check it out. He's pretty good at it.
Yeah.
Hunter, get over here. Watch out for that cabinet. Get over here. Show us the splitter. One thing that, like Chase Petty, we're probably going to see him again next week.
Oh, sure.
And
he's pitched 4 scoreless innings so far.
I was about to say he's pitched very well. I mean, where are you going to put him?
I mean, he's not breaking the rotation. So, like, his arsenal, he's got 2 sliders. He's got the sweeper and then a standard slider plus pitches. Pretty good changeup. 2 incredibly hittable fastballs. It's a problem.
Yeah.
Because he's got a very low arm slot.
Okay.
So these fastballs are just coming straight at the hitters. And I don't know the stat off the top of my head, but his 4-seamer had an absurd like opposing hitter OPS of like the mid-9s.
Yeah.
Which like when I first saw it, I was like, well, that can't be right.
It's bad.
Yeah. And he just needs to get like some sort of drop on it. Something. It's what's holding him back. With his profile, he's still a major league pitcher. I mean, he's still like a number 4 starter, but if you can get him
to throw a fucking sinker.
Yeah.
Right. Well, he also, I mean, in high school, when the Reds traded for him, for Sonny Gray, for him, his biggest thing was that he was throwing gas, 100, 101.
Yeah, which he still is.
He still is, but it's more he's brought it down a couple ticks.
Yeah.
96, 97, 98.
Yeah.
But he gained more control.
Yeah. And flat fastballs can work. You just have to be able to put it exactly where you want it.
Hunter Green.
Yeah. I mean, exactly.
Yeah.
And he's just not there yet. He just needs a little bit more polish. He's going to be up at some point this year.
That's kind of what I was thinking. It's probably going to be a late May, June situation. Someone goes down.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, and whatever's going on with Louder, what is going on with him? I mean, he's got elbow soreness.
Yeah.
It's just normal soreness.
Be cautious. No reason to push it. Right. We have starting pitching depth for the first time in a few years.
Yeah.
So
nice.
It's exactly. It isn't it?
Isn't it nice?
And
He already achieved that first hump of getting over and getting the experience in pro ball.
And looking great.
And did great.
Yeah, really controlled himself. So I feel like there's no need to push him to try to get through that first step that he already accomplished.
Yeah, because we don't need to. It's so nice.
It's really nice. It's nice and it's smooth like Cincy Light. Yeah, look at that plug.
Just like that transition.
Dude, I'm on it today. Got it. And thank you, Coconut Water and Cincy Light. Cincy Light, the taste of Cincinnati Daddies.
Okay, that's good. I like that.
Yeah, there we go. We're opening up new doors for different demos.
Back doors. Backdoor Daddies.
Backdoor Daddies. Oh, man. Remember how we said we were trying to be better people?
I'm sorry.
We are, though, because, hey, that's
We're
a
getting
demo. Yeah, Cincy reigns. So, another with the pitching depth, Andrew Abbott looking like he's going to be ready for opening day.
Yeah, if there's no more bumps on the road, then we will have a full starting rotation entering opening day, which would be pretty fantastic.
What is this?
Yeah.
This isn't 2024.
I'm stoked, man. And also, he drops didn't he drop like 20 pounds? He looks he
Best
looks
shape of his life,
fit.
guy.
He looks good. Yeah, he doesn't look like he's about. He always look like standing like when he's in like the half wind up. He looks like he was about to like go fishing. He has like that beer gut a little bit. Like, he looks like he's just ready to pitch. He's like string a line. That's what he's about ready to do.
Very David Weathers type of situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, 100%. So our Gordon again, dude, killing it this week with his X account. After throwing his first live BP session of the spring, Red starter Andrew Abbott, shoulder buildup, said he thinks he has time to get ready for the first turn through the rotation. Big step, big check mark, he said. I feel really confident where we are. I was watching him on his Instagram working with the stretching team. Dude, he has gotten I think he's been doing Pilates or yoga, dude.
Yeah.
It was one of the Reds trainers. He was on a flat table or flat table. He was all the way stretched down. And there was one of the trainers had her back on his back with her legs up against what looked like a standing rack for weights, pushing him all the way down. And then he's just basically flat on the table.
Sounds hot.
It was so hot. Cirque de Reds, you know? I was like, we pay to see that tapestry show or whatever. What are those? They're tapestries. What are those ribbons called that they dance with?
Ribbons.
Yeah.
They're just called ribbons?
They're just called
think
ribbons,
so.
brother.
That's it?
You can call them tapestries if you want.
We can call them show ribbons.
I
Yeah.
like
Dance
show
ribbons.
Yeah.
Dance ribbon's a good one. Because there's a certain type of dancing that... You're not here to listen to me figure this out.
No, we're here to listen about dance ribbons. That's what the people want.
The new Nasty Boys, the Cincinnati Baseball and Ribbons podcast.
Who reigned in walking gymnastics?
Who dominated the rings? We did, buddy. We did. So, yeah, it's good to see him working. And, if you don't follow him on Instagram and see all this stuff, it's pretty cool. So, I love Andrew Abbott. He is just sturdy, dependable, bulldog, mini Wade Miley.
Yeah, I like the way he keeps hitters off balance. It's another sort of finesse pitcher. I think he's a great number 3 coming off of Lodolo and a Hunter Green, where it's more like trying to power through hitters. And I think I'm very stoked to hear that things are developing this way for Andrew Abbott.
Yeah, and this means that he's in the rotation that kicks out Ashcraft and puts him right into the bullpen.
Yep.
I mean, like I said, it's Suter, Maul, Rogers, Alexis Diaz is your closer. Don't fight me on this. Emilio Pagan, Tony Santillan, Scott Barlow, Graham Ashcraft.
Yeah.
That sounds sexy.
That sounds like a great bullpen.
That's a really good bullpen.
Could you imagine having Graham Ashcraft come out in the 9th? Or not the 9th, the 8th inning?
I was about to say, I said I don't want to fight about it.
I know.
I think you're gonna have to get used to it with Terry, though. He's gonna have a lot of moving pieces in the bullpen.
I will fight you. I love you,
Couple
Terry.
scooters running down on each other. No, I think having Ashcraft come in like the 7th or 8th is a great thing. He's going to throw hard. I think that sort of mentality that he has, that bulldog mentality, I think will play well in the back end of the bullpen.
Yeah. He only has to throw 2 pitches, his cutter and his slider, and they're all high on Stuff Plus. They're like 120, 130 Stuff Plus.
Yeah, near the top in the majors. It's great.
Yeah, it's insane where it's just like...
And it helps avoid all the stuff that his biggest downfall, I think it was his 3rd time through the lineup, which traditionally would be, but wheels would come off around the 3rd or 4th inning for him. Sometimes when he was generally going through his rougher outings.
But then you looked up in 2022 or 2023 in the middle of May, and there was that stretch where he had 7 quality starts in a row.
Yeah.
May and June, and then there was one where he's 7 2/3 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk.
Yeah, he can do it, which is why I don't think it'll be him in the bullpen based on how they've used him in spring so far. He's been starting games.
Yes.
And he's got options left. So it's almost better to give him one more chance to be the starter, because you can be in AAA to start the season, just crushing shit down there, and
Yeah.
like it's another option. And
Yeah.
you could put then Spears in the bullpen.
You can put, I say Spires, but yeah. Or Ian Jabot.
Or Ian Jabot.
Eat Tane.
Yeah. Or Albert Abreu even. He
Yeah.
hasn't looked that bad.
No.
Ashcraft
But
is a great
not
option.
Brian Shaw.
Yeah, Ashcraft could be a great option too as an emergency relief.
Yeah.
Just having him in there, which was the role Martinez was being essentially last
Yeah.
year.
Just the long man.
So you could say that you have two guys in AAA. I say Spires, you say Spears, and Spires and Ashcraft could both be swingmen between AAA and the bigs.
Yeah.
Man, this is getting sexier the more that we look at it. Just getting more and more horned up. And thank God it's finally March,
Yeah.
because then, February just sucks. What a shit month. Thank
Yeah.
God it's so short.
Cold, rainy, didn't really care for it.
Didn't care for it. Makes my voice sound like this.
I got COVID. It sucked.
Oh, I got the flu
All
again.
February just sucked.
Yeah, I hate it. Then we had to watch the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You didn't have to.
Got to see the Phillies win, though. That was pretty tight.
Yeah.
You're the Phillies?
Oh, you know me, dog.
God.
Baseball minded over here.
Baseball. Baseball. We aren't worried about Lodolo yet, right? I mean, he just had one bad inning, then went out, and they brought back in and then looked.
Yeah, I
Fine.
do wonder what was up with that, because he looked maybe nerves, maybe that he had an assignment that he was like out there specifically to do something, and it just didn't work.
Yeah.
Because when they brought him back for the second inning, clean inning,
Yep.
he looked fine.
He didn't look like he was getting a full extension.
Yeah, I agree. So I don't know what that was about. Maybe just jitters. Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, it was his first outing. Could have just been rusty. It's fucking spring training. That's why we do this.
Yeah. What do you think?
I was feeling pretty similar. I just felt like it was some rust, not finding the proper release point, needed to come out just for whatever it was, that inning or something,
Yeah.
and go back in and essentially just try to. He's just trying to find it.
Yeah, take a look at the iPad and just an immediate fix. I mean, he looked better immediately. So.
Yeah, and last year too, I know he was having the blister issue, but that's also kind of representative of just having that sort of very precise finesse to where those pitches need to happen.
Yeah. You just go back, look at the iPad, play some Amongst Us, get back out there. You're good.
Yeah,
It's Fruit Ninja.
just do some
that.
do some Minecraft.
That's the training. That's how
That's
he
it.
works out the blisters.
That's why he has all the blisters. He's playing. He's swiping too much. Too much Fruit Ninja. What are you doing?
God damn it, Nick. I told you, no more slicing watermelons. Son of a bitch. Here's what we got this week cooking, though. You've got, I don't know how many of these are going to be on television, but I'd have to assume the Dodgers split squad on Tuesday is going to be on television. Monday, the Brew Crew at 8:05. Tuesday, split crew between the Rockies and the Dodgers. Wednesday, at home against the Rangers. Thursday, off day, they're golfing. Friday, home against the Giants. And then Saturday, home against the Diamondbacks. It's a split squad. And then Sunday, at the Angels. So it's nice to be able to read off a fucking schedule.
Yeah, a full week of baseball.
Baseball. Awesome. It's great. Let's round third and head for home. Chris.
Yeah, I'll be at Commonwealth Sanctuary on the 7th. Come and check that out. I will be featuring there. So, yeah, what do you got?
Thursday, I will be at Commonwealth Sanctuary. Yeah, with the boys, Stephen Bear and oh man, and why am I Kevin? And Andrew Pinnell. Why did I blank so hard? Called them the boys and forgot half of them.
Yeah, that's all right.
It's all right. They're showing they're showing the pilot of their show they worked on. I'm in it. And I get to also do stand-up before we air the show. So definitely come and check that out. 7:30. Get your tickets at CommonwealthSanctuary.com. I'm trying to think if I got anything. No, that is this week. Jake, do you want to plug anything?
I will be responsibly enjoying some Cincy Light this week.
Whoa! What a guy! Damn, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
That is. I think we're all going to be doing the same thing.
Pretty much.
We're all going to be doing the same thing, enjoying Cincy Light responsibly. Cincy Light, the taste for every Cincinnati Daddy. Okay, so yeah, drink Cincy Light. Just do it. Don't even think about it. Just walk to your fruit.
do it.
Just do it. Just do it. You, as a 21-year-old adult, walk into your favorite establishment where you can buy this stuff, albeit you can drink it there or you can just take it home, and just drink it. That's what we do. It's so good. So, thanks to Sports Drink for posting the audio of this. They're a coffee shop in New Orleans. Check them out if you ever need. They have Fat Tuesdays coming up. They are doing frozen espresso martinis.
Oh shit!
Dig it.
That sounds good as fuck.
I'm gonna book a flight.
I'm taking a skinny Monday to get to Fat Tuesday. And then check out intheclutch.com. We dropped a line of mesh tank tops. They're basketball jerseys, and they're sick. So we've got one for Ellie De La Cruz. We got one for Bobby Witt Jr. We got one for Juan Soto. We got one for Shohei Ohtani. One of the cooler ones is the one we did for Yordan Alvarez for the Astros.
Oh, yeah?
It's got like the full NASA shuttle on it.
Oh.
Julio.
The Julio one is sick
That
too.
one's sick. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same as the vintage Seattle Supersonics,
Okay.
but in
It's a
the
crisp.
vintage Mariners colors.
Are you guys getting the Corky Miller one out?
Oh, dude.
Straight up mesh.
It's just covered in hair.
Hair, mustard.
Mustard. He's got a game-worn Corky jersey.
Yeah?
That is covered in hair and mustard.
I was going to say, it's got to smell like relish, right?
Yeah.
No,
Mostly my doing, but that's
Yeah.
fine.
Nice.
he's just adding to the fact that it's more authentic now.
Precisely.
Yeah, game-worn, game-used, game-eaten in.
Mm-hmm.
So, and thanks for having us in the Fart Dunge, dude.
Hey, my pleasure. Thanks for stopping on by, everybody.
Yeah, Did we even get a chance to call it the Fart Dungeon? Was that the first time?
No, we didn't even say it. We didn't say Nasty Nation. We really appreciate you coming down here to the Fart Dunge. Wow. We kind of jumped around there. We're still figuring out because it's a new dynamic with Jake here on the pod now.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna blame Jake? No.
No. I'm just saying.
Causing a rift.
I was waiting in the beginning because I was figuring it was going to go whap whap whap. Nope.
Wow, causing a rift. Okay, Yoko.
Oh, geez, little Pete's going. Don't make me holler in this microphone.
Yeah, make them screeching cat sounds you call music. So, fuck, man.
But yeah, dude, thanks, Nasty Nation, for coming down to the Fart Dungeon here with us. Please keep joining. Please keep hanging out and watching us. We love talking baseball, just shooting it down here.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We're shooting it in the Fart Dunge. Letting her rip, letting her fly. So thank you for watching and listening. And/or it doesn't fucking matter. Just thanks for being here. And as always, go Red Legs.
Go Red Legs.
Go Reds.